Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new vlog. My name's Mary. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be taking you to do some seed sowing here in my basement. We're going to be planting some zucchini and some eggplant. It's mid-April, it's still pretty cold outside, and I'm getting my seeds ready to transplant out at the end of May, early June. And I want to take you along and show you. So in this home, when we purchased it, most of the garden, or all the garden beds outside, were really dedicated to decorative plants. And for me, I really have an interest in growing growing things that can feed my family. And so I want to show you how I'm transforming one of our smaller garden beds in the back to do just that. So stay tuned and you'll get to see. So of course the first thing I'm doing is getting my little pots ready. I have some soil in, I'm getting the soil nice and moist at my sink, getting ready. We're gonna start planting zucchini today. You know I love West Coast seeds, so this is definitely from them. I picked this variety, the Jackpot, because it is supposed to have few spines, a very high yield, and continuous production, according to the seed packet. And it's supposed to be ready for harvest at 6.5 inches long in 50 days. So I'm really looking forward to that. My little guy absolutely loves zucchini. It's one of his favorite vegetables, and I'm hoping to do some canning with it. I only started a couple of plants because I didn't think I'd have a lot of room in my garden, and then I went ahead and built that raised garden bed, so I might have to start some more. Okay, and these I'm also really excited about. This is some piccolo eggplant. These are some smaller sized eggplant that are supposed to be perfect for stuffing and pickling, and you know that I'm really interested in canning, so that's one of the reasons I picked this variety in particular. It is new to me. I'm only doing a couple of plants because of the space issue, but I'm really excited to have these in my garden this year. Here's an overview of what's in the greenhouse right now. Fun fact, those peat pots don't label well, and I mixed up the eggplant and zucchini, but they're really easy to tell apart once they sprouted. We have the lettuce, we have some tomatoes, we have basil, there's the calendula, hot pepper. Okay, here's that garden bed I mentioned at the beginning. It originally had decorative plants in like hostas, but last year I decided to plant these 2 raspberry bushes. They're 2 different varieties because I started with one, loved it so much, went back to the store 2 weeks later and had to get a different one. So one is more bushy, that's this one. The other one is growing up nice and tall, so I had to put a support in there. Now the other side of this bed, last year I had put in a couple pepper plants that I had. They didn't do so well. The fence does shade this garden bed in the morning, and I think the peppers needed more full sun. So I'm not going to do that this year. What I am going to do is try some beet seeds now, hoping that by the time I harvest them, I can maybe put something else out here later in the spring or maybe early summer. I haven't done anything in this garden bed to date with respect to the soil, so I have added some compost this year and I've mixed it in with the soil to help give it a bit more nutrition for the beets. And I just wanted to mention, I have a little bush there on the side, the left side of the screen. I think it's a dogwood. It had some really beautiful flowers last year that attracted pollinators, so I thought, why not keep that in there? Now, the beets that I'm using are also from West Coast Seeds. I'm actually going to put some links down below so you can see where I get them from. I just love their seeds. They really do quite well. So this is the Detroit Supreme variety. It's considered an improved heirloom variety, and it has deep red, smooth-skinned roots with medium tops and sweet flavors. So I'm really excited to try this type. So I'm starting by putting in these bamboo poles. This is really just to mark my rows so I know where I'm planting my seeds. They're about 10 centimeters apart, which is what the beets should be thinned to once they start to germinate. So because this is future Mary doing the voiceover, what I can tell you is I think if you can see those weeds popping out underneath the fence from my neighbors, that's a little foreshadowing of a problem I have with where I have planted these beets. Those weeds have continued to come through. I put some stones at the base of the fence, but they're popping up because we share the same soil, obviously. They're going underneath. And it's difficult now to tell what is a beet seedling and what is a weed. So I'm giving it a little bit more time. I'm hoping as more of the seeds germinate, it's going to become more and more obvious to me, and then I can thin them out. But the rows, especially close to the dogwood bush there, are getting a little infested. So I am a bit concerned that they're not going to do as well over there. But again, you're on my channel because I'm learning, and this is a journey, and I'm sharing it with you so you can kind of see what it looks like to do this when you have a fence and a garden bed that's essentially shared with your neighbor's yard. So I'm following the package directions, and I'm sowing these beet seeds 1 centimeter deep, and I'm trying to go about 2 centimeters apart. It says that they'll germinate in 5 to 12 days, depending on soil temperature. I will say I planted these when it was quite warm. We had a warm spell in April, and then it's been cold afterwards. So I mean, like, we went from 18 degrees Celsius highs to now we're at like 10 degrees Celsius highs during the day and near freezing at night. So I'm not quite at the 12-day mark, but I'm definitely past day 5. And again, I'm not 100% sure about germination. I'm hoping I'll see a little bit more in the next few days. I really want to thank you for joining me today and watching this gardening vlog. I have so much fun sharing with you my adventures in the garden and with my houseplants inside. If you haven't already, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel, give a like, and leave a comment on this video so I know, am I showing you the content that you want to see? Do you have any questions for me? What kind of videos do you want to see in the future? All right, thank you so much and have a great day.